Hello, my name is Christian Ramirez, and today I'll be going over how to read medical terms for Taylor Swift. Overview, I'll be going over the plot, the rules, and tricky terms. First of all, the plot. Travis has become injured in a very important playoff game after being taken immediately to the hospital. A complex injury is discovered in him. When discussing the injury and suggesting some intervention, the medical team uses technical terms that Taylor is not familiar with. Travis has Taylor's underlying support while he recovers. Taylor Swift is my new classmate. And she's told me that she doesn't have much time to study because of she's always on tour. She would like me to help to tutor her, provide her with the essential knowledge on principles and medical terminology. The rules. First, we're going to be going over the components of the words. Second, we'll be going over how to make words. And third, we'll be going over how to break down words. First, components. There are quite a couple components to this. We have prefixes, roots, suffixes, and combining forms. First, we'll start with prefix. The prefixes are found at the beginning of the word. Some examples we have here are peri, tacky, and retro. Peri means surround or around. Example word of this would be peritoneum. Tacky means fast, and examples would be tachycardia, which is defined as when the heart is going fast. Retro, we have behind or backwards. An example of this, we have retrohepatic. For roots, we have glyca, path, and ped. Glyc, we have glucose, sugar. Path is disease, and ped is child. Example words of this would be pathology, pediatrician, and glycolysis. And for suffixes, they are found at the ending of words. Some examples of this would be logi, oxyr, oma, and oma. Logi is the process of studying, oxyr is oxygen, and oma is tumor, mass, collection of fluids. For ology, some example words would be biologist, biology, criminology is just a study of something. Next, we have combined these forms, which are a little bit more tricky because they have these words can be combined with suffixes or prefixes. Um, but you can keep or lose the o at the end. We'll have example of this on the next slide. Cutaneous, which means skin. Cardi or cardio means heart. Abdomen or abdomino means abdomen. So how to make words? First, we'll read suffix back to the beginning of the term and across. We'll drop combining vowels before a suffix beginning with the vowel. We'll keep combining vowels between two roots. First, we have cyst, cystitis. So cystitis is inflammation of the urinary bladder. It's comprised of cysto or cyst and itis. As you can see here, cysto, the O, the vowel, is not included in the full definition. Instead, it's taken out. Another example is we have cerebral, which is made of cerebral and O. And as you can see, cerebral is cerebrum and O is pertaining to. And together these make pertain to the cerebral. Now, a little bit more advanced terminology, we have electrocardiogram. As you can see here, if you look at it carefully, the vowels are not taken out of this word. And you have electro means electricity, cardio, which means heart, gram, which means record. Together, electrocardiogram means a record of electroactivity of the heart. Now, how to break down words. First, we're going to identify word parts by root, suffix, prefixes, and combining vowels. We'll define each part, then we'll read the entire word together. First, we have hepatoma. Hepa is comprised of hepat and oma. Hepat is a root meaning of liver, and oma is a suffix meaning of tumor. So together, this means tumor in the liver. Next, we have dermat dermatitis, which is comprised of dermat and itis. Dermat is a root meaning of skin, and itis is a suffix meaning of inflammation. And as you can see here, it means inflammation of the skin. Next, we have hypogastric. Now, hypogastric is actually comprised of a prefix, a root, and a suffix. And as you can see here, hypo is a prefix meaning for below, gastro is a root meaning word for stomach, and ic is a suffix meaning of pertaining to. And together, this makes the definition is pertaining to below the stomach. Now, for the tricky terms. Now, tricky terms that we have here are words that look kind of the same but mean total different things. And for some examples, we have hemato versus hepato, Hemato means blood, and hepato means liver. Next, we have my or myo versus myel or myelo. And myo means muscle, and myelo means spinal cord or bone marrow. Next, we have cysto or site versus site. Cysto means urinary bladder, and site means cell. Now, when it comes to trying to differentiate between terms that look the same but sound different, one can make it easier on themselves by using words that they already know that contain these terms. For example, site, leukocyte, we have hematoma, we have myelinated sheath, we have words that we can think of that have these little terms in them already, and we can just break down the definition and know, and by that we can learn the terms. To going off, continuing from the tricky terms, we can use the same, the same trick on these. First, we have gram, graph, and graphy. Gram means to record. Graph means is an instrument for recording. And graphy is a process of recording. Now, with these words, you can see that they begin the same, but they end differently. But they all, as you can see, they have different definitions. So the example words for these would be for gram, we have diagram. For graph, we have electromyograph. And for graphy, we have radiography. Next, we have scope and scopy. And as you can see here, the ending is changed just by one letter. And scope is an instrument to visually examine. Scopy is the process of visually examine. So you could kind of see that it does mean something different. So for scope, we have endoscope. And for scopy, we have cystoscopy. Next, we'll be moving on to the next two, which is stomy, ectomy, and stomy. Now these do end the same, so you kind of get a little tricked with these, but if you could just take your time and learn words and break them down, you'll see it. So for Tommy, it's the process of cutting incision, and the example where we have is craniotomy. Next, we have ectomy, which means excision or removal, and we have cradioectomy on this one. And last but not least, we have stomy, which is opening to form a mouth, and the example we have is colostomy. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Hope this is helpful, Taylor, and good luck with Travis. Hopefully he recovers.